right, here's the fourth painting. The title of this one is "The King Gives the Law of the Kingdom." So we see here we have Christ on the mountain. So this represents the Sermon on the Mount. We see all the people in different colors. That's meant to represent the different people groups and nations of the world. And so one of the things that's interesting, when Matthew points out that Jesus went up onto the mountain and taught them, he's really referring back, because most of his audience would be Jewish and familiar with this, Moses. Because Moses also went up on the mountain. He receives the law, and then he gives it to the people. But there's one very important difference when you read Matthew 5 through 7, and that Jesus is the one giving the law. So Jesus isn't saying, hey, God gave me the law, now I'm going to give it to you. Jesus is saying, I am telling you this. So Jesus is clearly assuming that he is God. And of course, we understand that if he's also king, he is the one who's going to give the law. So Christ is the one, or the source of the true law, right, in which he gives. And of course, in there we have the Beatitudes. We also have the right standard of judgment, right? That's, in the Sermon on the Mount is where we have that famous line, thou shalt, don't judge others. And so often it is misquoted to basically say, hey, don't ever tell me what I'm doing is wrong. But what Jesus is really saying when you read that whole passage through is that you need to judge by the right standard, and the right standard of judgment is my law. And so we see here again, the kingdom of heaven is open to all of mankind who will come in and follow the laws of the kingdom. And of course, we can only enter through Christ, and we can only even keep the laws also through Christ. And so that, again, we see this is the kingdom of heaven. It is for all, and we're really beginning to see here that there's really in our world today only two kingdoms. That is the kingdom of light and the kingdom of darkness. And so, again, come see us at the Troy Fair. And again, keep in mind for this October, the Missions Conference.